Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and our next guest is a mother and an author who is with us to speak about how she's overcome her cancer diagnosis and used that as an inspiration for her children's book. Mama's Afro is a Soldier Too. Mom's Cancer Diagnosis Explained. Please welcome to the show, N.M. Charles. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yes. So are you in New York or where are you?
Well, right now I'm in Trinidad and Tobago, where
Whoa.
I'm originally from. I'm family.
All right. Trini to the bone. Okay. I know
That's right. That's right.
I know you're enjoying the weather, the music, the whole nine, the food.
The food.
Yeah.
Everything.
So tell us about your ordeal and what you did and what you went through and how you came up with the book and the whole nine.
Yeah, sure. So in August 2017, I went for a routine mammogram, and I thought, like all other mammograms, it would just be, the normal, come back next year. But in 2017, it was different, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So a lot of emotions.
I hear you when you said that. I felt the emotion because you paused for a second there. How did that feel upon finding out that you had breast cancer?
The first thought I had was I thought about my kids. My girls were just 5 and 2, almost 3 at that time. And I was scared. You think of the worst place, your mind goes to the worst and the darkest place when you hear the word cancer. And that's where my mind went. And I just was very overwhelmed and lots of anxiety. I was scared. It was a hard time.
And you said, what about all of the things that I'm doing? Because I'm reading this. It says you're a teacher, personal assistant, birthday party organizer, entertainer, chief financial officer, personal stylist, the lifeguard, and you mixed all of that in. The translator, the investigator. You're investigating people. That's why you're out in Trinidad investigating. But you have all these things going on for you, and it must have been a serious blow, of course.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that description is a bit tongue-in-cheek, and it really describes everything that a mother does. A mother is all of those things and more. An investigator, a negotiator, a doctor, nurse, everything.
You could do all that.
I used to work in financial services at that time.
Yeah, you can be all those things for your children alone.
Pardon me?
You can do all those things for your children alone.
Yeah, which I was.
Yeah,
which I am doing still, and which all mothers do.
Yes.
So a mom it was really a tongue-in-cheek description of everything that a mother does.
Yes.
And before my profession, I worked in financial services, but when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, it actually gave me a different perspective on life, and it gave me the ability to just pursue the things that I wanted to do. So one of that was becoming a writer, and the other one is pursuing in health education. So I've actually started a doctorate in health education, which is just going to help me pursue my career in that area.
Yeah.
But just going back to when I was diagnosed, I felt that I wanted to let my children know what they were going to expect in the next year of treatment.
Yeah.
And one of the most visible things that of cancer patients is the loss of their hair.
Right.
And because that was going to be such a significant optical difference, I really wanted to explain to my kids what was going to happen to me. I looked for books. It's such a niche area, any book explaining to kids about cancer. And even at that time, it was non-existent that there were any books that had a mom who looked like me. And it was important for me to have my kids read a book where the character looks like their own mother, because I didn't want them to think that I'm reading a book to them and it was just a fictional character. I wanted them to see the person in that book and relate to that person as that person represents their own mother. That's why I wrote the book after my treatment.
Yeah. And how did you come up with the name Mama's Afro? There's a soldier too.
You know, I was brainstorming things in my head. This book could be served, any community can read this book, but I wanted something that really spoke to the African American community, because there were no books at that time that I came across that were dedicated to Black families, and you know, having a resource and a tool to speak to their kids about cancer. So I wanted something that the Black community could have related to. I wanted them to know that to use a symbol of strength and power. And I just came up with, in my head, Mama's Afro is a soldier too, using that Afro as a kind of dual significance, that symbol of strength and that symbol of power.
Yeah.
Even though it has been lost.
Yeah. How have your children taken it so far?
You know, I explained to them that Mama has some issues, medical issues going on. I explained there's something called cancer and it's growing in me. And I'd be going for treatment, and I'll be going to the doctor, and the doctor is going to be taking the best care that she or he can take care of me. And that I also explained that there would be some changes, including the loss of my hair. So, you know, I kept the communication lines open with them. You know, obviously they could understand only as things went on, or they can understand in a limited way in terms of their own level of maturity. But I kept the conversation open, and I keep having the conversation. They understand, they know that I've had cancer. They're 9 and 7. They know that I've had cancer. We speak about it. They helped me with the book. They were, in effect, my focus group with the book. I tested it on them. I had them read it. They told me what was appealing to them, what worked and what didn't work. And we have very open conversations about cancer.
Well, make sure you put some of the proceeds from the book into their accounts.
For sure. I think everything I do is going into their accounts somehow.
Exactly. So how do you think this book is going to help a lot of other people who pick it up and read it? You know, they say this book can be kind of helpful to somebody I know that's dealing with an ailment.
Yeah, sure. It's going to be such a huge resource for families. It's an area that is so necessary, because you have the physical aspect of cancer that is affecting the actual person with cancer. You have the mental aspect, all the emotions that go along with it. But it also affects caregivers. It also affects the family members. So this book actually goes through the seasons, as I say, of change, and it goes through all the treatment options that come with cancer, and which is surgery, chemo, radiation. Those are the 3 main ones. And it also has in the book an activity section and also a resource page. So just going in order, the resource page explains or outlines different organizations where parents can seek further help to give them tools about how to speak to their kids if they wanted to know more about that. And it also gives activity pages where kids have their coloring pages where kids, according to different age groups, can color activities and which represent areas that they can help their parents, whether it's watering the plants, whether it's bringing mom a drink, whether it's letting her have some rest. So it gives the kids, because normally kids want to know what could they do.
So it gives a better understanding of what a person is going through. Now, you're cancer free now.
I am, and I pray that will continue to happen.
And we pray for you also. Do you have any other plans on maybe doing a part 2 or another book of this nature?
You know, there are some projects that I'm working on. They're not cancer specific, but
Uh-huh.
I do have another cancer specific project, but I don't want to reveal too much right now. But it's also going to be another resource that families would find useful.
All right, I thought we would be the first to know about it. But anyway, you're always welcome to come back and share and tell us more.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
N.M. Charles, she's an author. She has that book. The name of the book is
Mama's Afro is a Soldier Too, and it is on Amazon and on my website, arielandrose.com.
all right. So bring back some sunshine and bring back some of those other items, and you know, enjoy the rest of your day in Trinidad. And when you come back, we welcome you back with open arms.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You got it. All right, we'll take a break right here. But Bobby C, he's up next with the latest in the world of sports.